pose. So we're going to just do a pose called Virasana, and we're going to do some arm work in Virasana called Gomukhasana. So Virasana means hero pose, Gomukhasana means face of a cow. So I thought it'd be quite a nice combination to do together. So we're going to start off with, if you have knee problems, this is not the best pose to do, so I'm going to either get you to use a chair, which I'll show you in a moment, but for those of you that can, I'm going to take some support now. I'm going to demonstrate with 2 blocks. I'm going to have 2 blocks like this, so you may want some books or blocks if you've got, whatever you're going to use, build up folded towels maybe, and we're going to sit with, be in front of our blocks, coming up, and your feet are either side of the blocks, okay? So I'll show you from the front and I'll show you from behind. Now, to come down, have your knees slightly apart. You're going to come down, you're going to take your hands and just flatten your calves down away from the back of the knees. You're not going to drag your calves out, but you're just going to flatten the flesh, the meaty part of your calves down, and then move your hands back towards your ankles as you sit back onto your heels, onto your blocks. So it's just the buttock bones that you have on your support. Just want the buttock bones there, not the thighs. So from the back, I'll show you from behind so you can see the feet, where the feet go. Okay, so there's my belt in a moment. Now, again, so your feet are alongside the sides of your blocks. You're lifting up, and then you're coming down, you're just pressing those calves down and back as you sit down, and just those buttocks on the blocks. So again, you may want more, you may need more height for this one, and then we're going to be like this, and just take our hands, fingers pointing back to our feet, pointing back towards our toes, and just going to lift and sit up tall. Now, if you can't do Virasana for knee issues and problems, you're going to take yourself to a chair. Okay, so you're going to have the chair, and you're just going to sit on the sort of front edge of the chair, and you're just going to take your toes back like this. You're just going to point your toes back like this, and you're going to just do it again and just lift up tall like this. So it's the same difference. You're going to just point your toes back and lift up. Or you can take them inside. I think it's probably better to take them a bit wide if you can, knees wide, and then lift up like this. Toes tucking under, pointing back. Okay, so don't be too far back on the chair. You want to be quite at the front edge, but not enough that it's going to tip over, okay? And then you can just press, you can use the hands of the chair and lift up whatever you've got there. Okay, so as if you've got severe knee problems and you can't do that pose, because it is a bit of a knee one, this one. Right, so Virasana, calves pressing, and down you come. And then have your belt near, and just press into your feet and lift up through the spine. Just open your chest, roll your shoulders back and down. So you want to feel the shin bones are pressing, and what you want to feel is that your hip bones are lifting and not dropping towards your thighs. If your hip bones are dropping towards your thighs, you're going to hurt your back. Your back's going to come very uncomfortable quite quickly. So lift your hip bones away from your thighs, draw your belly button back towards your spine, and lift the sides of your trunk and roll your shoulders back and down. So Virasana. And from here we're going to just raise the arms up, stretch up first, lift up. Now can you lift from that lower back? Can you make space there at that lower back? And breathe, inhale, exhale, and bring your arms down. I'm just going to do a few variations here first before we do Gomukhasana. And then we're going to inhale, exhale, turn to the right. So just turn gently to the right, so it's not a not a forceful turn, just feeling your turn into that right there. And come back to center, and then turn to your left. Again, when you turn, it's very easy to drop forward. So keep this pelvis lifted, keep this belly button drawing back to your spine, and turn. Keep your front ribs nice and quiet and soft. And come back to center. Now take your belt. So this is a good pose for varicose veins. Your feet will go all nice and lovely, glowy red when you come out in a moment. Okay, so again, if you're having to come out, if you're finding it hard to sit in this pose, because it's quite a challenging pose to sit like this if you're not used to it. So come out and join me again if you need to. Just give your legs a little rest, stretching out straight first. Okay, but if not, we're going to inhale, exhale, and we're going to raise up. So anytime you find it's too much, just go into cross legs or straight legs. Now, lift the belt up. So imagine there's somebody from the ceiling, hanging from the ceiling, and they're taking their arms to that belt, and they're lifting you up, lifting you up. So can you lift so much from that lower back? Because when we stretch up, we tend to just either just push the hands up or we lift from here. I want you to lift from the lower there, go down. Take that lift from lower. So raise again, lift from that lower back. Take it wide enough that you've got space at the sides of your neck to lift and be tall too. Look up briefly and see if you can just see an evenness. And there's not, one arm is not shortening, so I can't see myself, you can see me, so you can probably tell me next time if I speak to you, when I speak to you, where I needed to probably lengthen more, what side of my body is not longer. Okay, so lift up. Can you take it back a bit more? And then inhale, exhale, bring the arms down. We'll do it one more time. So again, I want you to try this time to take the arms up, but be soft with it. Use your breath this time. Don't struggle, don't force, and don't stay there if you need to come back out. Okay, so inhale, exhale, lift those hip bones up towards that belt. Hip bones lift up, lift the sides of your trunk, and breathe. Draw your shoulders down, open your chest, breathe. Now, can you press the fronts of your feet and the shin bones down and lift a bit more, as if you're lifting your buttocks away from the block? And down you come. Good. Perfect. Okay. So I'm going to turn behind now so you can see me from behind. So we're going to stretch, you're going to also stretch your legs out in front of you to rest while you're watching the screen. I'm going to move that, make sure that's not in my way. Okay, so stretch your legs out. We're going to go back into, I'm just going to show you, back into that Virasana. And this is Gomukhasana, okay? So if you can catch, you're going to be doing this one. So right hand up, dropping it down and catching. If you need a belt, you're going to take the belt into the right hand. Stretch it up, so have it long down at the back. So you can stretch that right arm up. So we can all do this together now. So go into Virasana, stretching up, bend that top elbow, left arm out, bring it back and take hold of that belt. So wherever you can. So you're trying to eventually join your hands towards that belt. So you may just be here today, that's fine. Just lift that top elbow up. Try not to be out to the side. How much can you walk that bottom hand up and lift that top elbow up? Now lift your hip bones, widen your collarbones, and release. But again, if you can, don't forget, if you can catch, then you catch your fingers. And release. So other side, use the belt if you need to in the left hand. We're going to raise that left arm up, bend, right arm out to the side, bring it back, either catch the belt or catch the fingertips if you can, and lift. And then just try and straighten yourself back up, straighten your head, especially if you're twisted. And then come down from that one, stretch your legs out in front of you and give yourself a rest. Okay, so I want to do it one more time, but this time we're going to take our legs into cross legs. So crossing the legs. Inhale, exhale, left arm out to the side. Take your left arm back and take it in and up your spine. And then using the belt, if you need a belt, you're going to take it into your right hand. But if not, raise that right arm up, bend and catch. And lift. Lift that top elbow up, draw that bottom elbow down, So as if you're moving your elbows away from each other. Lift from the lower back and breathe. And again, press the thighs down, lift from the lower back and release. And just sit up tall, change the cross legs. Okay, so inhale, exhale. Belt's going to come to the left hand if you need to use the belt. Take the right arm out to the side. Okay. And then you're going to take it, turn it forwards now. Take it up, stretch it up, and bend. Bend. And then take your opposite hand in and up. I think I may have just done the same side, but hopefully you've realised what you've done, so do your opposite side. So top elbow up, bottom elbow down, draw away. Yes, I realise I've done the same side. And then release. And then we're going to raise that left arm up now. So now we're going to go to the side that I haven't done, so I'm going to make you all do it again. Okay, bend that left elbow. So just draw it in and then take the hand in and up. Right hand in and up. And lift your spine. And then release. And just being cross legs. So the more you practice that one, it gets a little bit easier. So we'll do it one more time. We're going to take the right hand up and the left hand in and up the back. Okay, so right hand raising, left arm in and up the spine. So see how far you can draw it in and up the spine. Drop that top hand and then catch if you can, or use your belts. And lift. Lift from your lower back, lift your hip bones, lift your side trunk, roll that left shoulder back, and then release. Good. And then raise that left arm up, bend, right arm out to the side, bring it back, in and up that spine, and can you catch? So one side will be very much different to the other. Just observe that. Okay, just see if you can straighten yourself up. Lift, move elbows away from each other, open your chest, lift your spine, and then carefully release. And then stretch your legs out in front of you. So if that was a bit of a challenge, just stay with the belt until you feel that you're ready to move on. You can take yourself onto a chair, sit on the edge of a chair if you find it, if you find it as well that you need a bit more support for the back. But just have a little play with that one. Good work for the shoulders, but quite challenging. Okay, palms together, namaste.